fraud conspiracy unveiled. Every year, our town hosts a legendary bake-off, and every year, my family insists that I enter with our secret family recipe cake. Now, you'd think this cake was baked on the golden griddle of the gods, with the way my grandma brags about it, but to me, it's just cake. This year, I decided to take a shortcut. I was drowning in work, and honestly, who would know if I just bought one, slapped it in a homemade box, and passed it off as my own with Granny's charming scrawl on top? After all, her handwriting is the stuff of doctors' prescriptions, hardly decipherable but universally respected. On the day of the bake-off, the cake was a sensation. People were talking about the perfectly moist crumb, the divine frosting, and the hint of vanilla that seemed to transport them to a sunlit meadow. My family was beaming, and my grandma was practically being hoisted onto a metaphorical throne by the other seniors. I was feeling pretty good about this whole deception, mingling with the crowd, when I noticed a strange sight at the dessert table. A couple of cake judges, whispering and pointing at my cake box, with a mixture of intrigue and suspicion. As it turns out, one of the judges was a retired detective with a keen eye for mysteries, and the other, an amateur handwriting analyst. They'd noticed the unusual script on the box, and in a twist of fate, the retired detective recognized it as identical to a case he'd once worked on involving counterfeit recipe cards. They were convinced my cake was part of an elaborate cake fraud syndicate, and suddenly, I was caught in a swirl of conspiracy theories, secret recipes, and the possibility that my grandma was leading a double life as a culinary kingpin. Meanwhile, Grandma was basking in the glory, thoroughly enjoying the unexpected drama. Eventually, the truth came out when my brother, who had been trying to impress a girl with his honesty, blurted out that the cake was from the local bakery. There was a moment of stunned silence, followed by uproarious laughter from the crowd. The retired detective chuckled and said, "Well, I guess the real mystery here was how you managed to make cake disappear without baking it." Grandma gave me a wink and whispered, "Looks like the real secret recipe here was confetti, or should I say confiti."